Okay, now it's time for the button band. So if we've done our draft correctly, our front at the center front is 16 and a half, and our waistband is 3.5. So that gives us a total of 20 inches from neckline to the hem of our garment. We want a button band that spans that entire distance of a width of 1 inch. Before we can start with that, we do need to offset the front of our garment, both at the center front on the bodice and at the waistband, in order to keep our buttons on the center front once we've created our button band. So I'm going to first, both of my pieces are mirrored, so it's going to occur on both pieces. I'm going to right click to, or left click to highlight my line, right click to offset the pattern outline by 1/2 inch, and it's going to be a retraction inward. And so that gives us some space for our button band, and our buttons will remain on center front. We're going to do the same thing here. And you notice I have mirrored my piece when I made it. It's going to affect both sides, which is what I want. So if yours is not mirrored, make sure that you do retract from both ends of your waistband. So I'm going to offset the pattern outline again by 1/2 inch. And now my pattern is ready for the button band. To create the button band, I'm going to highlight my rectangle, and I'm going to left click on my desktop and select a width of 1 inch by 20 inches long. I'm going to make sure I'm in the correct fabrication. And I just like to position it where it ought to go. Obviously, if I move this over, you can more easily see where it's going to slot in there. You do want to sew this to your piece. And because we have one long piece attaching to two smaller pieces, you can use end-to-end sewing. I'm going to select free sewing with my shift to select my two lines. So first free sew there, and I'm going to hold my shift key down to select my other two lines. And now that that's completed, I'm going to do a symmetrical pattern with sewing to make my other button band for the other side. If you look now at your edit sewing, you do need to want to make sure that your bottom part of your band is actually sewn. My waistband is mirrored, and so it did automatically create that sewing, but sometimes it does not if your piece isn't mirrored. So just be aware of that.